Hello everyone, welcome back. Myself Sujit Sali, lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department, Jain Polytechnic. Welcome. So in previous video we have seen one of the process, that is isothermal process from this chapter, thermodynamic process. So again today we will go through the another type of process, what do we call it as an adiabatic process. Okay, so we'll see its explanation. So what is the relation between pressure, volume and temperature, and finally we'll end up the video with the derivation for work done during adiabatic process. Okay, so we'll see what do you mean by adiabatic process. Okay, so in during this adiabatic process is an also we call it as a thermodynamic process, thermodynamic adiabatic process, so in which there is no heat transfer, or what we call it as there is no heat addition or heat removal out of the system during this process. Okay, means during this process, that is during the expansion of the gas, there is no heat added or no heat rejected. Okay, so how the expansion then takes place? Okay, the expansion of the gas takes place due to the internal energy present in the gas. Okay, so internal energy is nothing but energy possessed by a gas due to the movement of the molecules. Okay, so whenever you take any quantity, that is a solid matter, a liquid or a gaseous, there will be molecules present in it. So same way in case of gases, the molecules will be moving in random direction. Okay, so when you just heat that gas, what happens? So the movement of those molecules, they get faster. Okay, so due to that, what happens? The expansion of the gas takes place. Okay, so in this case also, whatever the expansion of the gas takes place due to the internal energy that is present in the gas. Okay, so same way this experiment is conducted using piston and cylinder arrangement. Okay, so only in this case is that the walls of the cylinder are insulated. Okay, means no heat can be added to the gas or no heat can be rejected from the gas. So whatever the expansion of the gas is there, it takes place due to what? The internal energy of the gas. Okay, so same way the process can be plotted using PV diagram. Okay, so point 1 is the initial state of the gas, point 2 is the final state of the gas. So the whatever the curve is there, it is moving from top to bottom. In the sense, we are seeing here the expansion process. Okay, that is adiabatic expansion process. The gas is expanding. That's why what happens is the pressure decreases and the volume increases. Okay, so yeah, so no heat is added or rejected during this process. That is what the concept of adiabatic process. So the expansion takes place due to internal energy present in the gas. So here adiabatic expansion process is obtained when the internal energy decreases of the gas. Okay. So adiabatic compression process is what? When there is an increase in internal energy of the gas, we get adiabatic compression process. Okay. So there is a small video, I'll just show you here how the process takes place. So you can see here now the expansion is taking place. So no heat is added or no heat is rejected. Okay. There is a decrease in temperature during this process, and simultaneously you can see on the PV diagram. Okay, so that the pressure, again same, the pressure decreases, the volume increases. That is during expansion, volume increases, pressure decreases. So no heat is added or rejected. The expansion is due to internal energy of the gas. Clear guys? Okay, so we'll go to next, that is pressure, volume and temperature relation. Okay, so the general PVT relation is given by PV raised to gamma divided by T. Okay, so this gamma we call it as an adiabatic index. Okay, so this gamma is nothing but adiabatic index. So how that gamma is obtained? So it is by dividing specific heat at constant volume, specific heat at constant pressure divided by specific heat at constant volume, we'll get adiabatic index. Okay, so this what adiabatic index gamma, it is a unitless quantity. That means it doesn't have any unit. Okay, it is just a number. Okay, so this PV raised to gamma divided by T can be written as P1 V1 raised to gamma divided by T1. This is at point 1, that is initial state. P2 V2 raised to gamma by T2 is final state. Okay, so here we'll get three different types of relation. First we'll see between relation between pressure and volume. So how can we write it as P1 V1 raised to gamma is equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma. This is one relation. The second relation we get is between temperature and volume. So how can it be can be written as T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to this whole bracket raised to gamma minus 1. And finally the relation between temperature and pressure, that is T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1, the with this bracket whole bracket raised to gamma minus 1 divided by gamma. So we'll get here three different relations, okay, for this adiabatic process. So next we'll see the derivation for work done during this adiabatic process. Okay, So now here work done. Consider unit mass of gas, that is m is equal to 1 kg. The general work equation is given by what? W is equal to P into D. P is the pressure, dV is change in its volume, that is V2 minus V1. So what I'll do, I'll integrate this whole equation, that is W is equal to integration 1 to 2 limits, that is 1 is initial state, 2 is final state, pressure P into dV. Okay, so again in the previous video we have seen this same process. Same way, PV raised to gamma is equal to P1 V1 raised to gamma. So this P I can write it as what? P is equal to P1 V1 raised to gamma. This V raised to gamma I have brought it down. Okay. So instead of P, what I'll do, I'll use this quantity here. So how I can write this? Integration 1 to 2 P1 V1 raised to gamma dV by V raised to gamma. So this P1 V1 raised to gamma, it's a constant. Okay, means at point 1 this value remains same. These both value remains same. They don't change. So what I'll do, I'll take it them as outside. 1 to 2 into dV by V raised to gamma. So this V raised to gamma is your variable. Okay, so this V raised to gamma changes depending on the expansion of the gas. Okay, so now I can now the integration of 1 by V raised to gamma, how can I be written as P1 V1 raised to gamma V raised to minus gamma plus 1 divided by minus gamma plus 1 between the limits 1 to 2. Okay, so now I'll just use these limits. Okay, first I'll use upper limit and then lower limit. Same way, V2 raised to minus gamma plus 1 minus V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1 divided by 1 minus gamma. So now what I'll do, I'll take this minus sign, negative sign outside from both, from this also and from this also. So P1 V1 raised to gamma. Okay, I've taken this minus sign outside. So this becomes, whole equation becomes what? V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1 minus of V2 raised to minus gamma plus 1 divided by gamma minus 1. Here also I've taken negative sign outside from both, here as well as here. Okay, so these both negative sign, they get cancelled. Okay, so I can write it as P1 V1 raised to gamma in the bracket V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1 minus of V2 raised to minus gamma plus 1 divided by gamma minus 1. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll open this bracket and I'll just multiply this in I'll multiply this quantity with V1 as well as V2. So what it will be, P1 V1 raised to gamma, P1 V1 raised to gamma into V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1 minus of same way P1 V1 raised to gamma, this P1 V1 raised to gamma into V2 raised to minus gamma plus 1. Okay, divided by gamma minus 1. This remains same. So next we'll see. So this again, this equation we have seen in the previous slide, that is P1 V1 raised to gamma is equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma is equal to constant. So what I'll do is, instead of this P1 V1 raised to gamma, okay, what I'll do, I'll use here P2 V2 raised to gamma, so that I'll get P2 V2 and V2 of the same quantity. Okay, so same way here, what I'll do is W is equal to P1 V1 raised to gamma into V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1. So this remains same. Here only, instead of P1 V1, I'll take P2 V2 minus of P2 V2 raised to gamma into V2 raised to minus gamma plus 1. So the denominator, denominator remains same, that is gamma minus 1. So you can see here now V1 raised to gamma and V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1. Okay, so in this both, what happens is your V1 and V1, the base, we call them as base, the base are same. So when you have two bases, so it's exponential, you can add. Okay, when you have two bases which are multiplied, which are in multiplication, so you can add its exponential. So how it will be, P1 into V1 raised to gamma minus gamma plus 1. Okay, same way here, minus of P2 into V2 raised to gamma. Here I am adding this, so minus gamma plus 1. Okay, so like it is a concept. Okay, what we call it as, when the bases are same, you can add its exponential. That's why what I did, I just added the exponential. So here it is plus gamma minus gamma, they get cancelled. Same way here, plus gamma and minus gamma, they get cancelled. So what remains is your P1 V1 raised to 1. So V1 raised to 1 is nothing but V1. Okay, so same way here, P1 V1 minus P2 V2 divided by gamma minus 1. So this is the work done formula during adiabatic process. Okay, so I have written here P1 V1 minus P2 V2 by gamma minus 1, or I have written this formula in terms of R and temperature. Okay, so how I got this, I'll just explain it here. Okay, from characteristic gas equation formula, that is PV is equal to mRT. This value can be at point 1 and point 2. I have written it as, okay, P1 V1 is equal to mRT1, and at initial, this is initial state, this is final state, that is P2 V2 is equal to mRT2. So this m is nothing but your what we call it as the mass of the gas. So in this case we have taken mass as what, how much, the unit mass of gas, that is m becomes 1. Okay, so r, this r is nothing but we call it as characteristic gas constant. So it remains same for a particular type of gas, it remains same, it doesn't change. So only the variable here are p1 v1, t1 p2 v2 and t2, that is pressure, volume and temperature. So what I do, I'll just subtract this both, p1 v1 minus p2 v2, then how, same way here, mr t1 minus mr t2. So this mr is common, I'll take it outside, so what it will be, t1 minus t2. So instead of p1 v1 minus p2 v2, I'll use this. Instead of this writing this, I'll write mr t1 minus t2. So instead of p1 v1 minus p2 v2, I'll write what, r t1 minus t2. So m is nothing but 1, so no need to write here 1. Okay, so simply what, r t1 minus t2 divided by gamma minus 1. Okay, so you can use these both equations. So when to use first and second, so if they have given you pressure and volume at initial and final state, you can use this formula. And if they have not given you pressure and volume, but they have given characteristic gas constant as well as the temperatures, initial and final temperature, at that time you can use this equation. Okay guys, I hope you have understood. So in next video we'll see another type of process. Thank you.